Today's lesson is lesson 35, and it has two learning targets. The first target is to be able to name mixed numbers. I'm going to explain what a mixed number is in just a little bit. And the second target is writing money in two different formats. Okay, so let's focus first on this first target, naming mixed numbers. Let me scroll down here to our first example. This is not too complicated, actually. A mixed number, right there it is kind of what it says. It's a number mixed together. And what is it mixed together with? Well, it's a whole number. And we know a whole number is a counting number. And it's combined with a fraction. And we know that a fraction has a numerator and a denominator, and it shows parts of a whole. And so here is an example. 3.5. And it's read that way. You say the whole number first, 3, and then you say the fraction, and 1/2. So you could see examples like this question. Number one, how many circles are shaded? And this is very visual. You see this first circle is completely filled in. It's not been divided. It's not in parts or pieces. The whole thing is shaded. And the same is true for this circle right here. So this is one circle, one whole circle, and two whole circles. All right. So our whole number would be written first as 2. And then you see there's one more circle, but it is not completely shaded in. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 parts to it. It has 4 little pieces. And so we're going to have to write a fraction for this. So the denominator is how many parts are in the whole shape. And we said there were 4. And the numerator would be how many parts are shaded in. And we can see that's right here, and there is one piece shaded in. So this is a mixed number, and we would read that as the whole number first. We would say 2, and then we would say the word and, kind of like we do with the decimal, and then we would say our fraction, 1/4, 2 and 1/4. So it's a mixed number. It has a whole number mixed together with a fraction. That's why we call it a mixed number. Okay, now another way you could see this problem is to use words. Instead of them giving you a picture, they're going to give you a mixed number, and they want you to write it using words. So once again, you just start with the whole number, 21, and so you would write 21. Actually, let me go back. Yeah, and let's break this down. Here's the whole number I'm circling in red, 21. So you would write the whole number 21. Okay, then you're going to write the word and, because you have to kind of combine them together. Think about it like a compound sentence where we would use the conjunction and to connect two simple, smaller sentences together. Okay, so the and is acting like a conjunction or a connecting word. And then we would write the fraction, and in this case, it's 1/2. So you just break it down into that basic part. Just start at the beginning, 21, write your whole number, the connecting word and then write your fraction. Let's look at another example here. Use words to write this mixed number. Okay, well, here's my whole number, 7. You know how to write that. Here it is, 7. And then you're going to want your connecting word. It's always going to be and, so that's never confusing. And then you're going to write your fraction. Now, how do you write this fraction? All right, well, you write the numerator first, 21, and then you're going to write its denominator, hundredths. Now, here's what I want you to notice. I want you to notice this so much. I'm going to, that's right, the highlighter, right here, THS. Okay, that's going to go on the end of your word hundred because this is 100, so you write hundred, and then you're going to add THS, 100ths, because many words in fractions end with this little word ending, THS. Okay, for instance, if you have this fraction. Okay, so that is 1, and we don't say 1/4, we say what? 1/4, and it just has a th. And you're like, well, where's the s? Well, it's singular. It's not plural. You only add the s when you have like 100, and this is just 1. Okay, so that's our first learning target. Let me clear all the ink there so we can start off with our second learning target right here, two forms of money. So we can show amounts of money by using a number and the cent sign. And we put a cent sign behind a number. Now this tricks up a lot of kids. They sometimes they write the cent sign first and then the amount, but that's wrong. Don't do that. You write the cent sign behind a number, and so you could have 324 cents, you could have 20 cents, or you could have just 4 cents. So that's one way you can show money amounts with the cent sign. So you just write the C and draw a straight line through it. Another way is to use a dollar sign. And there's the dollar sign right there. The dollar sign is just an S, capital, usually a capitalized S, and you can either draw one line or two. I just like one, but if you want to draw two, that's cool. We're not going to get picky about that. So you can use a dollar sign. And what you do, the dollar sign does not go at the end. The dollar sign goes in front of the money amount, as you see here. Dollar sign is in front. And then this first area before the decimal, that first number, that indicates um, the dollars that you have. All right, so this has $3, and then the cent sign is always going to be two place values after the decimal. So if we have 324 cents, we could get rid of the cent sign and we could count 1, 2, and then put the decimal and the dollar sign in front, and we could change 324 cents to $3.24. You can do the same for 20 cents. You would just get rid of your cent sign, count 1, 2, and put a decimal. But uh-oh, I don't have any dollar bills. I just have 20 cents. That's less than a dollar. Hey, remember what digit goes when you don't have a number? That's right, the 0. And then your dollar sign. And so 20 cents becomes 20 cents. You would still say 20 cents because there's no dollar bill. What about a 4 cent right here? There's only one digit. Well, when you only have one digit, good old 0 comes in handy again. And you always have to have two digits after the decimal to represent the coins, anything less than a dollar. So let's look at some examples here. Okay. Example 4 wants you to write, that's the verb, $15.25 using a dollar sign. Okay, so do your real reading. You're going to be writing and you're going to be using a dollar sign. So you can start off with a dollar sign right away. And so here's your $15. That represents the number of bills you have, paper money. Then here's the word and, a connecting word again. And is represented by a decimal point right there. And then you have, oh, let's use purple, 25 cents. So you know it's going to go after the decimal, and you have 25. And we always have to have two digits there, and 25 has two digits, so that makes it easy. Sometimes you're going to be asked to write um, a money amount like this right here, $30.76. Sometimes they want you to use words. So you don't have to use any words for the dollar sign, that not at the beginning. So you're going to say 30, and then you're going to put in your word. Oops, I'm off my tablet here. Let me get myself adjusted. 30, well, I didn't do a very good job there, did I? Come on, tablet. There we go, I persevered. 30, and then here's where your dollar sign comes in. $30, and then there's the word and that goes for your decimal point, and then you have 76, so that's your money amount, and then here is how many cents. Here are how many cents you have, 76. Okay, so you just say it, and whatever, this looks really complicated and probably is a little too complicated. Just look at this and write it how you say it. $30.76. If somebody gave you this amount and you counted it, and I said, hey, how much money do you have? You would simply say this right here, $30.76. So just write it like you say it in everyday life. Here they want you to use a dollar sign and a decimal point to write 7 cents. Okay, so you have to have a dollar sign, and you don't have any dollar bills. You just have 7 pennies or a nickel and 2 pennies. So you're going to put your place value holder, 0, and then the decimal point. And you have to have, remember, 2 digits after the decimal. But you only have a 1-digit number, 7. So you're going to have to put your 0 here and your 7 there. You can't do it the other way around because that would be 70. And you don't have 70 cents, you have just 7 cents. So this is how you would, let me get rid of that. This is how you would write it right here. Dollar sign, 0, decimal point, 0.7. I believe there is one more example. Oh, looks like I forgot to copy page 158. Well, that's all right. I think we have successfully completed what we need to learn in this lesson. So you're going to start your lesson on page 158, and remember to persevere because, as you know, quitters never learn and learners never quit.